Hello and welcome to Three Things with JR. I have zero script and only a vague idea of what I want to tell you in this podcast. First off, thank you for listening. If you've listened to a lot of Three Things with JR episodes, thank you even more. However, this is probably the last one of these, at least for a while. As you probably know, if you have listened to these shows, I do a lot of podcasts. I used to do this show every week, and then I started doing this show and Small Things Considered with Gary every other week. And I do Crutchfield the podcast. And now we've started doing another podcast called Bands You've Never Heard Of. And unlike this show, and unlike Small Things Considered, Gary and I think that Bands You've Never Heard Of has the potential to get big. There are 3 episodes of Bands You've Never Heard Of out now as I record this and release this episode. And I'm also just finished putting together a trailer for the podcast, which will be a video trailer on Spotify and on YouTube and an audio trailer everywhere else. So if you're wondering what the show is all about, check it out. It's less than 3 minutes long. It'll give you a pretty good idea of what we're trying to do with Bands You've Never Heard Of. Bands You've Never Heard Of is a new podcast in which you can discover new bands. Today's band you've never heard of is called Cowboy Destroy. Room for Zero, Hassan and the Unseen, 3 for Silver. His name is D.B. Riley. Intruder 424.
Hugo Stranger and the Rattlers.
The band is called Crab Claw. The Shangri-Las. I'm JR.
And I'm Gary. And we're here to introduce you and me to a band you've never heard of.
I'm going to play Gary some songs and introduce him to this episode's band you've never heard of. We'll read their bio. We'll take a look at their socials, their YouTube, their Spotify, and all of that. And when played by Hassan and the Unseen, Brain Stew sounds a little different.
I'm having trouble trying to sleep.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. It actually sounds more like what he's writing about.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. Once I'm done introducing Gary to them, we'll take a short break, and then we will introduce everybody to the actual band. What do you guys see as the future of Hassan and the Unseen?
That was a big question.
Yeah, hitting it right out the gate.
So here's where we are in our Room for Zero musical journey. I've been listening to you guys for about a month.
Right on.
I want to start off by addressing the potential elephant in the room. Did it bother you at all to be contacted about being on a show called Bands You've Never Heard Of? Or was this
No, not in the least. There was I think some of our first exposure or like airplay ever was in the UK, and there was a show called the Unsigned Artist Show. That was like the first like kind of maybe like, I don't know, bigger exposure we ever had. But I think it's great, and I think it's hard sometimes for smaller bands and stuff to really get exposure and out there. And so no, not at all, not offended at all.
And we're back, and that's 2 new songs that are literally world premiere exclusives here on Bands You've Never Heard Of, courtesy of the guys from Room for Zero.
Bands you've heard of.
Because the premise of that show is that we are featuring bands with very little following. So this is going to be the long haul type of build of an audience. But we're featuring bands that have very little following on Spotify, YouTube, social media, etc. We are featuring their music, talking about what we like about them, offering constructive criticism or feedback when necessary, but we're not shitting on the bands. We're seeking to elevate and raise them up because we think they're great. And then we actually interview the bands whenever possible. Whenever the band will agree to it, we will meet them on the internet in a Google Meet, and we will ask them all sorts of questions, and you'll get to meet wonderful musicians that have lots to say. And they just want you to listen to their music mostly. And so do we. Gary and I are two members of a band a lot of people have never heard of. And so we are hoping that, raising up other bands might help even raise up our own profile a little bit. That would be a nice side effect of this. But really, I just want to spend my podcasting energy, efforts, brain power, time on developing that show. And that does not leave time to do this show. So, this is probably the last 3 things with JR you're going to hear for a long time. Now, there's a whole shload of episodes you can go back and listen to if you haven't been listening to it from the beginning. This podcast, like so many, started at the beginning of the pandemic. And it continues to this day. Specifically, this day. Again, thank you if you've listened to some or most of our of these episodes. Then I really do appreciate it. Do I have 3 things? Like I said, I didn't write anything down. I just turned the camera on, and I turned that camera on, and I decided this last one should be a video podcast. So if you are only hearing audio, then you could switch over to Spotify if you're not already there, and you should see video for this podcast. I'm not putting this one on YouTube. It's just the only place video should be available for this one should be on Spotify. You won't see it on Apple Podcasts or Amazon or any other podcast player, but you should see it on Spotify. Well, there you go. So what are 3 things? Well, let's go with thing number 1. Yesterday, I got to ride on a train that went nowhere. Technically, it went somewhere, but I didn't get off at that somewhere because the train basically stopped and went back the other direction. I was riding the Virginia Scenic Railway that leaves out of Stanton, Virginia on the weekends. And the reason I was riding that was for rehearsal for my next acting gig, which happens to be a paid acting gig, my first, which means once I have done the gig and received a check, I can call myself a paid professional actor. And I couldn't be more excited about that. It's already been worth it just to get the really cool ride on a train yesterday. And I'm really looking forward to doing this murder mystery on the Virginia Scenic Railway, courtesy of my friend and vocal coach, and all things theater guru, Sarah Kramer. I'm super excited to be working with her and doing this show. So that's my next gig. And technically, I'm what they call a swing, which means if some of the principal actors can't do a show, which is the case in August, then I will fulfill those roles. And so I've got to learn 2 separate roles in this murder mystery and be ready to jump in if the primary actor cannot fulfill the role. So I know I'm going to be doing the thing on the train in August, and I couldn't be more excited about that. So the acting continues. This will likely be the last acting thing I get to do for a while. My health is should we do this as thing number 2? Sure, why not? Let's break all the freaking rules today. Thing number 2.
Thing number 2.
My health continues, in my opinion, to improve. Receiving the news about having had a heart attack and needing triple bypass heart surgery definitely caused me to, boom, quit smoking, just like that. Caused me to, boom, stop drinking Mountain Dew and any other heavily sugared soda. I do still drink an occasional chai tea latte. I have found very low sugar sodas that I can thoroughly enjoy. The poppy, watermelon flavored poppy sodas are fantastic and only have 5 grams of sugar instead of the Mountain Dew's 40 something in the same 12 ounce can. I'm drinking some raw, flavored water type drinks, but I'm drinking a lot more water. I've lost about 35 pounds. I'm right around 280, and I'm kind of stuck there for the past few weeks. I dipped down to 278 a couple days ago, but I've gone back up to 280. So I was at 315 when I started this journey. So 35 pounds gone makes a difference. I can wear 2X shirts instead of 3X shirts. The 3X shirts look baggy and too big for me, which is kind of cool. I would like it to keep going, so I'm going to have to find something else to change about what I'm eating and drinking on a daily basis to continue the progress. I am continuing to make plans to go to Scotland in about 5 or 6 weeks from now, and do the whole Fringe Festival thing. I'm feeling great on a daily basis, so I'm still not scared to do that. The doctors seem a little worried about it, being on a plane for so long to get over the pond. That's the thing they're most concerned about, is not having a doctor available should something bad happen in the air. But I sit for long periods of time every day in the office. So sitting for 8 hours on a plane doesn't seem like it would be much different, as far as risky behavior. So, I'll just take the chance because I think it's going to be fine, and I don't want to miss this opportunity, and I don't know when and if I'll get another chance to do it. So Fringe Festival coming up, health looking good. Riding the train was awesome, and so that's a couple things already. I guess now we need to do the third thing. I don't know what that's going to be. Let's find out.
Thing number 3.
The beard. As you can see from the video, if you're watching this video version of this podcast, the beard is slowly coming back. I was shaving it for a while after Joseph finished, and Kiki, when I first shaved it, didn't like it. But after a week or two, she let me know that, hey, maybe I should leave it for the summer or so. And now that I'm sort of letting it grow back in, she does not like it at all because it's so spiky. And when we go to kiss, she backs away because it hurts, apparently. I don't really feel it. It doesn't seem all that spiky. It's like just long enough where the hairs are not really like sharp. But according to her, it hurts. And so either the beard needs to get longer or it needs to be shaved and stay that way. And I kind of liked it shaved as well. But am I going to do that every day? I don't know. It's a lot of work. So we'll see. I kind of like it like this, actually. This kind of works for me. I wish it worked for Kiki, but it doesn't. So anyway, there you go. That's the third thing. It's supposed to be stupid, and that was about the dumbest one I could come up with. And so thank you again for watching, listening to Three Things with JR. I may do more episodes if the people want it. You're listening to this show now. If you want more of my thoughts on whatever's going on in my life, rather than posting about it on Facebook and sharing my thoughts daily or whatever, like so many people do on Facebook, this is how I choose to do it. It's way more fun to say it than to type it. And so this has been my way of doing that. I don't know how that's going to happen in the future. Will I start posting more dumb shit on Facebook? I don't know. Will I just feel the unquenchable thirst for doing more Three Things with JR? That's possible too. Maybe there will be more, but likely not, because I'm just not going to have time. We're recording bands you've never heard of on a weekly basis, and adding this on top of that is probably not going to work. So if you want more, you're going to need to let me know that there is demand, because right now there's a ton of supply of Three Things with JR episodes and nowhere near enough demand to keep this thing going. I put this thing out pretty consistently for 4 years now, 5 years, and listenership has not blown up in any way, shape, or form. And so I've given it the old college try, and I think this probably is the end. So anyway, thanks again for listening. Thanks for watching. And if you want more, let me know. Otherwise, please go listen to bands you've never heard of. You'll hear plenty of me on that show, and it's arguably significantly more interesting than this show. because it's not all about me. It's about cool bands that I can almost guarantee you've never heard of. Peace out, everybody. I love each and every one of you.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.